welcome to Dungeons and Demigods After Show. Today we're discussing, what is it, session 8 or 9 right now?
9.
9. Yes, as you will
9.
notice, I am not Madaloon. However, Madaloon is not feeling the best, so she has asked one of us to pick up the hosting, and that will be your lovely, wonderful murder twins, Theo and Mila, aka me and Justin. So we'll be taking over here for questions.
That's right, Kiki. Not
Yeah.
only did we almost murder a kid, we brought that kid to this show to talk about all the ways we could have murdered him. Apollo, please introduce yourself to the show.
The audacity. The audacity.
The audacity?
It be your own people sometimes. Hello, my name is Apollo. I'm an Irish, God, what do I do? TTRPG performing, cosplayer, voice actor. I spent all day sewing, so I'm just kind of fried mentally from that. Um, yeah, and I played Rowan.
Wow, he can inflict trauma and so. Isn't that amazing, folks? We also have B, who plays Ash on the show. How are you doing?
Hey everybody, I'm doing great. Ash has a sword that makes them angry now. I wonder if that will have any implications later. Anyways, uh
What could possibly go wrong?
literally nothing actually. Literally
Oh my.
nothing could go wrong.
Well, we'll see how that goes. Well, on this show, you ask us questions and we answer them either on our Discord and in Twitch chat. Isn't that right, Kiki?
That is absolutely correct. In fact, we have quite a bit of questions to go through
Oh, we
since the
do?
last time. Shall we just go back and forth on this, Justin?
Absolutely. That sounds like a wonderful idea. You can go first.
All right, let me scroll up here.
I
And
love
scrolling.
the news anchor thing you guys have got going on
Scrolling.
right now. It's so
More at
good.
11.
We're at 11.
Back
Hello
to you,
and welcome
Justin.
to Channel 5 News. Oh, there's a friend of mine who's an Irish streamer who does there's one Irish reporter. She's from Galway, and she has a very distinctive vocal pattern. And my friend has started doing music covers on the RTE, which is like the national fucking stations, the RTE reporter voice, and it's so funny. I need you to go look up Irish Panda Queen on TikTok and just look up her
we
song
have
covers.
Look
have
her
one
up
of
right
those in
now.
Australia too. It's like such a specific voice. It's so good.
Today, today a hurricane came and
All
ate
right.
my family.
More at 11.
Legit, it's
More at
insane.
11.
We're at 11.
More at 11.
All right, so the first question that we have is from Mr. DH Metz, and it's actually for Maddie, though I suppose this could also apply to Apollo. It says, if we can know, what was Rowan's class and subclass? Are we
Ooh,
allowed,
hell yeah.
Maddie?
Yeah, go ahead.
So the class very clearly Ranger. Subclass was Fey Wanderer.
Oh,
Fey Wanderer
yes.
because what is it, Fey Wanderer or Horizon Walker? I'm gonna pull up my D&D Beyond.
They're basically
This-
the same thing.
I'm pretty sure I'm meaning one and I'm saying the other.
That's so fair though.
That's
It's
so
really
No,
fair.
Fey Wanderer.
While
Yeah, Fey
you're
Wanderer.
looking for that, this is the Australian one.
This mess is sticky. It's gross. And I feel disgusting. There's nothing I hate more than a wet mess. An emotional.
It sounds like AI.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
the
it
It
is.
point.
does a little bit.
AI, is it taking over your
Like
TikTok
that's
feed? More
someone
at
doing
11.
an impression
Oh,
of
no.
it. But yeah.
Yes. Okay. So I'm looking at this little funky little character sheet right now. Rowan McCarthy, level 5 Ranger, Fey Wanderer. Extra feats wise, I took the alert feat because I love being aware
Same bestie.
and
So real for that.
stay ready so you don't have to get ready.
It's called anxiety.
Don't talk to
Facts.
me
Is
about
that an actual D&D fee anxiety?
No, it's called the alert feed.
It's called the alert
basically
feed.
They had to rename it because they didn't think anxiety would work.
Yeah,
but,
anxiety
it's the
was
same
actually anxiety was actually copyrighted by Lexapro, so we're not allowed
Damn.
to say it anymore.
Interesting.
But yeah, so Fey Wanderer was more than anything because Maddie told me that the character that Rowan had been, hanging around Pan for all this time. So I said, right, that kind of makes sense. If they have been living in this community that was described to me as being a community of like dryads, nymphs, and satyrs, just kind of traveling around the place, I thought that having a demigod who worked as kind of like a scout because all these nature spirits can be very go with the flow, very kind of happy about life. And in those situations, in those environments, you need someone who's going to lock in and take care of threats when they arise. So I said, yeah, that's what Rowan could provide for this community. And then Maddie very graciously, like a couple days before, was like, hey, have the shocking grasp cantrip, and once a day you can cast call lightning. Have fun with that. And I was like, okay.
I
What
love
the
that.
heck?
I
So
love
it's
that.
Maddie's fault.
Yeah.
When
Well,
is
they
it
became my
not?
most useful spells, like so.
Truly.
Justin, I don't know if anyone's told you, but everything's my fault. That's the point.
That is kind of that is kind of how it goes.
That's
You
DM.
know, like even the things that other people do to us is actually Maddie's fault because Maddie told them to do that to us. You know,
Yeah, yeah.
I
Interesting,
really had to do
that's
it
why
to
I don't
him.
blame Kaya for killing Hephaestus. That was Maddie's fault.
Yeah.
Maddie killed
That makes sense.
Hephaestus.
Makes
Um,
sense.
I do kind of have a question relating to that though, because I know that you just mentioned the two spells there. Was there any other special feats that were given to Rowan aside from those two, like they that were the rest of us?
Nothing straight up given. With the Maddie did allow for some kind of like
Okay, what
bending
did you
around of
pay to
rules and
play?
flavoring. But one thing that Maddie was actually very graceful about was with Fey Wanderer, you get a thing where you get these dreadful strikes, where it's a third level feature. Once per round, I can inflict an extra 1d4 psychic damage. I just said, hey, for the character, can this just be lightning? And Maddie said, yeah. So any chance that I got, I would ask Maddie, like, hey, can I flavor this to be lightning?
Always.
I
I
want to
love
make it very
flavor.
fucking clear to Justin who he's playing with.
Mhm.
That was the
Look,
whole idea.
it took
Justin,
me
yeah,
so
next
long
question.
for
It
me to
took
catch
you so long.
Justin, you're my
I
favorite
got it.
person ever. You're always the last person, and I
Yeah.
live for it,
It was
every
really fun.
time.
Justin is the last to know.
It
I
was
was
really
just
fun to
so
see everyone.
confused.
Everyone
I
at the
had
table
a
figured
s-
it out, and then like 20 minutes later, you were like, "Wait, lightning!"
I had a suspicion before, like when like you were
I
coming in as a
said
guest. I was like,
Apollo
I
was a
feel
guest,
like
and
with
everyone
where
went,
we're
okay,
going,
cool.
I was like, I feel like with where we're going and what we know, and what was just revealed, I'm like, I feel like they're gonna be playing Rowan, but we don't know
Just
for
makes
sure.
So,
And then
here's
when
the
you came out and you're like, what's like? I look up at the sky, like, what's the weather like right now? I was like, that's called lightning, and only one person would have that.
I
Well,
wasn't
I
even
didn't
thinking
piece it
about call
together that way.
lightning. I was just
Yep.
thinking, you know, can my dad see me right now?
That's what I thought
That
it
was
was.
That's
that
so
was my
fair.
brain.
That's so fair.
No,
It was
I did
because
not
it was
catch that.
specifically asking about the weather, though.
I love
It
call
was-
lightning.
It was like, what's the weather like right now? It's like, oh, it's like Dave's time. It's like, oh, that's not so great for me. And I was like, so you
Yeah.
don't get that extra 1d8. I see you. I see you.
I was being very obvious about it in
Mhm.
my mind because I was like, well, I'm not going to
That's so
straight up
fun.
say, well, Mr. Rowan McCarthy, son of Zeus, shows up. I'm going to be like, no.
The kid who refused to die.
Yeah, I'm going to be like, no, I'm using my powers. I'm acting as I would, and I'm sprinkling in details that by the reveal, everyone should kind of know
The
what they're
thing is,
dealing
though,
with.
if you had come out and said that, Justin 10 minutes later would have gone, wait a minute, you're wrong.
You're Rowan. Here's the thing.
like, I literally
believed
said that.
Maddie when she said, "Oh, he's playing Apollo,"
Duh.
and what gave me pause was like, if he's playing a god, why does he have stats? Why is there even a battle in the first? That gave me pause. But I'm like, you know, it's a guess. You know, I don't know what the procedure is. It could be anything. You know.
I
And the
think all
weather,
gods have
like,
stats,
oh,
yeah.
if he is playing Apollo, he's still a son of Zeus. So therefore,
Mhm.
like, he's like doesn't want Zeus to find out that he's helping us. I believed you guys. Sorry for trusting you people.
I never
Roll
said
number
That was your
one.
Apollo
first
was
mistake.
playing Apollo. Where did you
First
get that
mistake
from?
was trusting Maddie.
I think it was
When
because
did I
your
say
name is
that?
literally Apollo in the chat, and I was like, oh, he's is he playing Apollo? I just thought I didn't. You know, I didn't put two and two together. Okay, or I
That's
thought I
so
did.
funny.
Justin, you are so pretty, and I love you.
Justin,
I'm
you are
trying.
you are
You're
so
doing
pretty.
amazing.
You
Justin
are
is
so pretty,
perfect.
and we're so proud of you.
Don't ever change.
Next
Gives me such
question.
immense joy. Next question, Justin.
You guys are liars, so we'll see if I get the truth. This one goes out to Kiki and Theo. Wait, no, Apollo, Rowan. Even for just a brief introduction, you were very passionate as Rowan. Could you provide some insight as to how you perceive Rowan's next phase of life, knowing that so much of what he knew about what took place so long ago was skewed, incomplete, or maybe even untrue.
God. See, this is what happens when you give me months to figure out a character. I just come out swinging and aggressive. Um, I knew I had it in my mind that the second I saw Theo, it was going to be I'm gonna shoot him on sight. That was like it's on sight
It's on sight.
because we love a petty bitch. Um, Rowan going forward, well, I mean, we'll have to figure out what happened to Rowan, but beyond that, um, I think the way that it went down in the episode, I think I wanted to make it clear as Rowan to Theo more than anyone. I was like, I can't forgive you right now, but I promise that I will work towards that place. And then with everyone just being so nice and so gracious, I think that Rowan for the first time in years has a spark of hope that someday he'll be able to go to camp and be with the others and have that family that he hasn't had. So I think Rowan is just like deep down really hopeful that not only will the party complete their quest and hopefully make things better, I think that he's hopeful that just being a warden of a really nice community, but not his community, that he has more to look forward to.
I love that.
I'm sorry.
That
That's
was
so
so
cute.
soft.
That was
I did
so
not bring my
soft.
tissues.
I
Always-
So-
yeah.
just remembered. I'm sorry. This is so off topic, but I'm gonna forget again because I forgot in the session to establish this, but no one brought it up, so it's fine. Yes, Rowan did have no levels of exhaustion. That's just because he was like in Pan's
It's just 'cause
Land.
That's
he's
what
a
I
little guy.
figured.
Yeah.
Honestly, I was thinking,
I
what if we
never
just sleep in
established
Pan's
that.
world?
Yeah. It
I
was
wanted
That's
just
a
to
because
good
he was
Pan's
in.
idea. Why didn't we think of that?
He was
I was
in,
thinking
like,
about it. We were on a
relation.
time crunch.
Yeah.
Well,
Because
here's
you
the
guys
thing.
think
Here's the
about it,
thing,
you're
it's-
technically in the Feywild, and as we know, the Feywild time is
Here's
like,
here's
is
the
its own
thing though
thing.
as well about us resting is that we can rest as many times as we want with our like whatever. It's more we're worried about the time crunch of everyone else in the world. We are lucky in the fact that we only have one level exhaustion. The rest of the world has 3, including everyone back at camp. So that's why we're like, well, let's do. We gotta go.
And
So
you guys know
Yeah.
that Hugo hadn't really been sleeping even before that.
mhm.
If you
So
kill Hugo,
You
I swear
don't
to God.
fucking kill Hugo. I'm
Maddie,
leaving
I
this
want you to
camp.
know.
I'm blocking you on Discord. I will do everything.
I'll do
Fucking
it.
kill Hugo.
I'll kill him
Maddie,
right
I
now.
want you to know I keep listening to the Underworld from the Epic Musical, and every time it reaches the chorus, all I can think of is Hugo.
What's the
Oh, yeah.
wait? You
All I
guys-
hear are
Oh, I can't
screams.
listen to it.
All I hear
Um,
are screams.
yeah.
Every time I dare to close my eyes, I no longer dream.
Yeah,
Oh, that's
Hey.
so him.
the I no longer dream and everything. That whole thing, I'm like, that's just Hugo.
Only nightmares of those who died.
Only
Ladies and
nightmares of
gentlemen,
those
if
who
you
died, yep.
haven't listened to Epic, I think you should. Anyway.
Please.
guess
I
we're
haven't, and I
into
really
the-
want to.
Specifically, the
holding myself
Underworld
back.
arc is iconic. Like, it is the shortest
Get it.
one because it's only 3 songs
I
compared
think
to some of the
I
others that
need
are like
to-
4 to
I need to
5. But it
properly
is
listen
all 3
through
of them
the
are
whole
so
thing.
good.
Because
Keep
I've
going.
listened
See, I
to
think
it,
Hadestown
but I
still
haven't
has too
seen
much of a
some songs.
chokehold on me.
I mean, listen,
Yeah.
that's
I'm
fine. This
seeing
musical
it-
isn't complete
I'm
yet.
seeing it
Mm.
this year. I'm seeing Hadestown.
Hadestown?
I'm
Heck
seeing it.
yeah.
All of
You're
us
in
are
New
seeing
York?
it when we go to New York. Yeah, we're seeing it on
Oh my
Broadway.
god!
We already
Do you
bought
have
our
That's so
Swiss in the
exciting.
bag?
You're gonna see Jeremy Fisher.
Maybe.
Actually, yeah. How much
I
is the flight
think-
over, Maddie? I might join you.
Yeah, perfect. I'm
Can
not
I
just
sure
sneak
into your
if we're
bag?
getting Jeremy Fisher. He might be starting in September, but I'm not
That's.
completely
I think he's already on
certain.
stage. No, he's
Or
already
maybe
on
he's
stage.
finishing before. I need to.
He
I'm
might
not,
be finishing before.
I'm not super
yeah.
sure, but if he is there, would love that shit, but not sure.
Mm-hmm.
Maddie, is the Hermes in Hadestown similar to the Hermes in your world, or is it Lin Manuel Miranda? Because I hope it's not Lin Manuel Miranda.
Um,
Nate
it's I will
Rachel
say
Hermes on the
Well,
scale
on
of
the road
Nathan
it's
there was a
Fillion.
railroad track.
it's not Lin-Manuel Miranda, but I will just say off
Thank
topic,
God.
I didn't mind. Lin exceeded my expectations for what he was gonna do with Hermes.
Yeah,
I actually
that's
thought he
true.
did a really good job. I just one second. Uh, I really really liked how he portrayed him just when he was talking, because it turns out Lynn's a
Hmm.
really good actor. He's just kind of bad at
Mm-hmm.
singing.
Hmm.
Apollo, go ahead.
You're so real and you're so right. What do you think of the implication that this means that Lin Manuel
Yep.
Miranda is the god that fucks the most in the Percy Jackson
Right?
That's
cinematic
my
Yep.
B,
favorite
was
universe?
that your
thing.
question?
No, mine is slightly different, but kind of related to that.
Oh my god, you guys are so funny.
No,
Have
No
you
one could
guys
say
I
no
need
to
a
seen?
this.
three-page essay.
Have
basically,
you guys seen the meme where it's talking about that? It's just like, what if Lin-Manuel Miranda isn't playing Hermes? What if he just is Hermes? What if that is
No,
just the bit?
I refuse.
Um, but
No.
it's
Oh
but
God.
it
it was
because then
just a
it just
long
it was
reading
this
bit.
it was this whole meme where it's just like the demigods
Sorry.
just talking to him. It's like, so you're Lin-Manuel Miranda. So like you're like so what's up with that? How just like yeah, um like but like you were in Hamilton, right? Like you're in Hamilton. It's like yeah. And it's like, how did that even happen? It's like, well, I challenged Apollo to a competition to see who could make a better musical, and that's what I made. And he made the Spider-Man musical. That's a Spider-Man musical, exactly.
I want the
No.
Spider-Man musical. Anyway,
It's
so
a
Apollo,
thing. Did you know
go.
it is a thing?
I know it's a thing, but
Yeah.
I don't think it ever got off the ground because it was too dangerous.
Apollo, what's
Mm,
up? And then we probably
I
need
see
to
what you
go
did
to
there.
another
Yeah, we
question.
need
We've
to
had
move
like
on.
two.
Sorry.
Keep this in the back of your mind. We'll come back to this later.
Mm-hmm.
Hermes actors battle royale. In one corner, Lin-Manuel Miranda. In another, Nathan Fillion.
Of
In
course.
another, Matt Mercer from Blood of Zeus.
Mhm.
And
Oh,
in another,
What?
Andre the Shields. Who wins? Think about
oh
this for later.
my
Okay.
God.
Okay, wait, is it a fist fight or is it a singing battle? Because these are two very different things.
Oh,
It's a little bit of both. There's also one knife.
it is.
Someone has it. We don't know who.
It
I'm
is a
ashamed to
it is a
say
musical fight. So they're fighting, but
Like,
they're singing the whole
I
time.
feel
okay.
like Nathan Fillion's gonna kind of beat that
No, I
somehow.
feel
I
like
don't
either
know.
way, but I feel like Matt Mercer would be the dark horse that no one would expect, and he would
Truly.
I
come
didn't know he was
second.
Hermes
He
until
would be a
yesterday.
strong second.
Mm.
Mercer
No,
would
I
come
agree
in
with
with
that.
a strong second, but
I agree
Phyllis
with
Anyway,
would
that.
I'm
kill
gonna
him
stop
anyway.
Alright.
talking now.
Let's
We
go ahead and move
continue.
right along. Um, next question is for Kiki and Theo. Not Kiki. um, not even Justin. Like, I
Damn.
love the mix
Okay.
here.
When I coughed, I turned it up to full
Oh no.
Oh, Maddie, I love you so much.
You're doing
Um,
great, Queen.
you're doing great, sweetie. Okay, so it says both of your characters are obviously full of emotion when you encountered Rowan. Can we get insight to your character's thought process from the time you first made contact to the time you all walked away from him at the end of the last session? I'll let you go first, Justin.
Oh, okay. Well, now I can actually talk about it, unless the gods are gonna smite me. Um, I made it weirdly. I made it a mission to make the most Hermes character possible. You know,
Of
so
course.
having a mission where it's our job to bring a kid back to camp that incorporates travel. You know, but then I have to lie to this kid, which is like a little bit of trickery, a little bit of like using, I guess, my father's cunningness, which is also very Hermes, but also like fucking over Zeus in some way, shape, or form. Very Hermes as well. And so when Theo pushed Rowan, I don't think he was under the impression, or I was in the impression that Rowan would just automatically forgive him or think everything is okay because it is a trick. To the naked eye, it looks like I pushed a kid off a cliff, obviously. But I was talking about this the other week. Like Theo would try to I don't know rectify that as much as he can by looking in Italy plot twist, Rowan is not in Italy.
No.
Which like he would have no idea about. So Rowan wouldn't like know about all the times Theo's like maybe like snuck out, looked for him. But also at the same time, I think I said this when it was revealed that Theo thinks that Mila's losing her luck is his fault
Mm-hmm.
because he was aware of the promise or aware of the contract. Mila made that promise, and then yet he still pushed the kid off a cliff.
Yeah. Yeah.
So in his mind,
Uh,
he thinks like it's all my fault. I have to rectify that as in any way, whatever she needs, whatever I'm there, whatever like she needs to do or talk to me about. Absolutely, 100%, no questions. That of course, because he has so much
so
like
cute.
guilt, and throughout that process, maybe develop maybe a crush. Who knows? We'll see. But
We'll see.
Justin
All
is
right.
once again the last to know.
who knows? I don't know. But when he saw Rowan
Team
again,
Milo.
well, in
My-
the what's it called? The previous episode, he just asked Taiki, "Is it my fault?" Well, Kiki doesn't know the answer to that because she won't let me tell her.
Maybe I just won't tell you.
And
I
so
don't even know if Taiki was there.
She
True.
wasn't even there, bro. No.
that would be devastating.
I don't know,
It
that's kinda
wouldn't be the
crazy.
first time a god has lied to me, but when you first saw
Oof.
Rowan,
Wouldn't be
he
the first
saw
time
it
my
as
mom's
a-
ignored me, so.
Oof. Mood.
gosh.
Alright.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. I
Pity
wouldn't be
party over
surprised.
here.
I do love that.
the spice is still here, I'm sorry.
I do love that Mila, Theo, and Ash are all in a circle pointing at each other, being like, "Wait, you talked to my parent?
You
That
talk
is
to my
true.
parent. I talk to your parent.
What the
It's
fuck?"
funny
Like,
because
it's a
You-
circle.
not-
It's literally
it's
a
literally
circle. That's so
It's
funny.
literally a triangle because I talked to Ash's parent, Ash talked to Herbie's, and then Theo talked to my mom.
But never talk to our own parents. That's
No.
For real.
Yeah,
For
never
real.
happens.
Well,
Handshake meme.
well, Mila actually does like try to talk to her mother every night, but
Mm-hmm.
it doesn't usually get any answers.
Monique's just
Aw.
on like a weird other level, but her dad's also dead, so.
Yeah, that's the price you get for your
Yeah.
dad actually talking to you as a demigod.
Mm.
Was the characters was the
Oh,
character Faye? Was that the one?
Jezebel.
Faye
the-
is
the-
Faye is
Faye's
the
Jezebel.
player name.
Faye's the
Jezebel's
person?
character. See.
When everyone has
Faye
such
did
fantastical
the-
names, I
Exactly,
really can't
Faye
tell.
did the opposite of what Justin did, where Justin has two people names and Faye has two non-people names.
I like how Jezebel's not a legitimate name anymore. What?
Jezebel's kind of is a very D&D
Wow, are we just
name.
disregarding the Bible? What the hell?
The Bible?
Okay,
The Bible?
Jezebel, it was, I remember when we released the trailer, someone in the comments just went, "What the fuck name is Jezebel?" I screenshotted it, sent it to Faye, and went, "How dare they come for my daughter?" And I just went, "So what if her name means slut? What if she's just a crazy little person?" A
So mean.
Jezebel means
I
like a
love
whore.
that.
Did you not know that?
I did not know.
Yeah,
Oh
read
my
your
God.
She's a
Bibles.
bit of a Jezebel. It's like a very
Yeah.
like old timey way of calling
I
someone
thought
a whore,
she was just a fun time.
which is kind of
Damn.
the slay.
For some
Anyway, I did
people-
love the scene where I was like, "Oh yeah, Dionysus just kind of shows up sometimes." She just went, "I don't like you anymore," and I was like, "Wait, no, 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 no!" Just tried to
Perfect
course
job.
correct,
Did you-
being
Oh,
like,
no.
"No,
Did
I
you
also
see the
don't
clip
love
where
him."
they met Dionysus?
God, it's so
Yes,
good.
and it was very funny.
I would
Genius.
never like. I had because obviously I had no plans for Dionysus because I didn't think you guys were gonna fucking figure out it was him because I made mistakes and yeah, just
It is very
the-
funny when a DM gets caught.
It's
I
so
love
good.
it. It's so
Because
good.
I fucked up because I forgot how legendary resistances work, and then I forgot that his save is different from his ability score. Because
Okay,
I
but
was like, I had to
It
fumble
made a
for the
great
sheet.
story moment,
It
though.
did.
Truly.
So we just reworked it to say that him rolling a 2 and a 4 on wisdom was him deciding to do it for the bit.
Hmm.
It also
against
just kind
his
of makes
brother.
That's
sense
so
that he would.
Dionysus.
He would just do
Dionysus was on
that
Vine.
dramatic little slut.
Oh, he
Um,
made Vine. It's called Vine. He's the god of vines.
That's so true. That's so true.
Let's
Ah.
go.
Kiki, you didn't answer this question though.
I did not. Oh, right. I forgot. Hi. My name is Kiki. I forgot I'm here. Um, so I do like to think that Mila kind of wears her emotions on her sleeves. She's very much just not good at internalizing things, which made it so much harder when she was upset with Theo. Um, but I think it was definitely shock at first. I mean, when she first like laid eyes on him and then it was confirmed by him saying his name out loud, um, it was just this kind of like shock setting in, and then it was this kind of relief, and then there was just the feeling, and this is kind of as time continued on, of I still have other feelings and I don't know what to do with them. When Rowan was talking to fucking not Dionysus, Pan, and was like, "Where do I put the anger? What do I do with it? Where do I put it?" I was like, "Oh no!" Mila's like, "You're right in my mind. Stop it, stop it." um, but it's a lot of just being overjoyed that someone you thought was dead is no longer dead, but then trying to come to terms with does that dismiss everything else, or like what do I do with it? Where do I put these feelings? How do I get rid of them? Um,
Into the
and I
enemy, Aries
and
says
I'm
from the
going to push
sidelines.
them into the enemy.
Yeah,
Um,
because like,
Didn't
that's something that I really
Aries
wanted
say that
to.
to Mila? Like one time where he was like, "No," I think he called her an
he was
idiot.
like, direct it right, bitch.
Direct it right,
Essentially,
bitch. Do you want to die by my hand or like a normal person?
yeah. And then
Shit.
Pan kind of had the same intention there. But Apollo, you were saying something.
I just think that that's emotionally that is something that I knew I wanted to like introduce as even like an episode theme of like, okay, well, your emotions are valid and you felt them for so long that they're a part of you.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not like you can just say, oh well, something that is foundational to my being, it was wrong, I'll just change that. That doesn't
Mm-hmm.
happen in a day, that doesn't
Yep.
happen in a few hours. So it's like, okay, well, you're gonna have to learn to redirect that, and I don't know where it goes, but you kind of have to shift it somewhere or turn it into something
Yeah.
else.
I
And it's
hope he
like,
has
yeah,
Yeah.
enough time
it's
to do
okay
so.
to take those first steps.
It's honestly, it's very amusing to me how both Mila and Rowan are basically going through the same feeling process. Like they're having this very similar emotions. It's the betrayal, it's the anger. It's like years of an emotion finally coming to a point of like, where do I? Okay, now what do I do with it? Where do I put it? Because you were angry, Mila was sad. It was two different opposite sides on that coin. It was just, well, now it's switched into something else, and I don't know what to do with all that I just had. Was it invalidated because the truth was not what I believed it to be, or is it something else? Like, can I still be upset and wrong, or can I still be upset and right? Like, you know,
Yeah, because I think you'll have to,
words are hard.
it'll have to shift to like,
Mm.
well, I can be upset that this happened to me,
Yeah.
but I can't really hold it against the people who like eventually Rowan will have to be like, I can be upset that years of my life were kind of like taken from me. I
Yeah.
can't really blame Theo for it anymore.
Who
Mm,
do I
Yeah,
blame now?
it's do you
I
redirect the blame or do you accept what happened?
Yeah.
I have a question. I have a question for Kiki.
Okay.
So, is the root is the root of the anger between Theo and Mila? Is it Mila was okay with him being a killer for all of these years and forgiving him anyway, but
Because she never believed you killed him.
Yeah.
oh,
From her point of
what?
view, you did not push him. All she
Hmm.
saw was he fell, and it looked like you tried to reach out for him. That's how
Yeah.
she saw it. Is you tried to save him.
Yeah.
Um,
That's why it
so
was
she
a
didn't
persuasion
believe
or
anyone else.
deception. Because I said
Yeah.
Yeah.
that was me saying to Kiki through many layers. Is this something that like she is trying to convince herself, or is she lying? Because I
Mm-hmm.
think when I
Mm.
said to roll that, it was either deceiving. It was either deceiving Ash or trying to persuade yourself and Ash.
No,
Mm.
it was a persuasion, by the way, y'all, for anyone wondering. It was persuasion.
Mm.
Yep.
Because it's something that she fully believes. She doesn't think that Theo was a killer, and she did it until that
Yeah.
point of like, yeah, so Theo's not a killer, but like we
But he
did
lied
just
to me.
but he did lie, and so that kind of
Yeah.
spiraled a few questions within Milo's brain. It did not help that the first god they saw was Ares, who is
Mm.
known for his angry rage. Not to mention Milo was on her period and has not slept, and that does not do great wonders for anyone.
Aries as
Oh
the god
Real.
of
wait, is she
PMS.
still on her period? Because I thought Pan took that away. What was that? What did Pan? What did
They
Pan
can't take my period.
I don't think so.
Pan's like, hey girl.
He took the
Vasectomy, let's
anger away or
go.
something. I thought
Pan like
that's what
shows
it
up
meant.
smoking weed. He's like, none of that.
What was the implication of Pan like
Sorry,
making the anger go away for a
Pan
second?
took you to the side, gave you her hysterectomy, and then brought you right back in. Sorry, I forgot to mention that. No.
Oh my god.
But wait, how
Took
many
me to the
days
back,
has it
tapped me
been?
on the head, gave
Has
me a
it been
history.
like 5 days?
Yeah, I think she would
It'd be
of
tailing
it.
off. It'd be
Yeah.
tailing
Honestly, with the minor change in luck, if she might be ending it essentially, she normally, for point of reference, has 7-day periods because it
yeah.
sucks.
off. Ooh.
She has to be the most unfortunate always.
Oh,
Brutal.
buddy.
But yeah, that's enough of that.
Oh.
I
God.
believe
Anyway.
Justin has the next question.
do.
Before we
oh,
go to the
No, go
next
ahead.
question, because I'm not letting Maddie get away with this one, because no one else noticed it, but I did, and then Maddie noticed that I noticed it. Just during all these questions about to Apollo, about Rowan, just at the very end, very quietly just went when you're talking about like working out feelings and like all of that. Maybe very quietly just went, well, if he gets time to. Or we forget because with all of this, we're forgetting the last 30 seconds of the episode,
our
y'all.
characters would
Okay,
know.
we're
If
forgetting the
anything
last
happens
30
to
seconds.
Rowan, I'm going
I-
to become
I'm
a
gonna
villain.
riot. Truly.
Listen,
Yeah.
you guys had figured some stuff out. I had to surprise you with something.
Maddie, at
Also,
some point,
My
Maddie
favorite
is
part was
just.
Apollo looking really surprised and offended, like I didn't tell him before
Yeah.
that I was
Yeah.
going to do that.
I'm gonna.
See,
I'm gonna be
well,
so
you told
real.
me something's gonna happen, and then when I didn't get in the boat, I was like, I was so close to messaging you. I literally had your Discord open, and I was typing, "Did I fuck up by not going in the boat with them? Did you want me to go in the boat with them?"
No, it was
And
gonna happen whether you were in the boat or not. It was fine.
that's what I
Mm.
figured because I was like, well, Rowan's
Right
just
in
like
the
on
water.
the.
Tracking you with being like, well,
Yeah.
at this time,
The
you guys
claiming
haven't
fucked
met
me.
this person
The
yet.
claiming was so
No.
good.
I
Oh,
had that
I wasn't ready for
thought of
this.
that in the shower, like the night before, and I was just, you
Mhm.
know, when you're thinking, and I just thought of it, and I was like,
yeah.
fuck yes.
That's so
And
good.
also the way you went, oh damn, and I just
I'm genuinely scared for Rowan as a person.
Yeah.
I
No,
mean, if he gets
same.
back into Pan Sanctuary, he might be semi-safe, safer perhaps.
Fine.
I'm
Not perfect.
fucked.
I mean, yeah,
This
but
is the
like
character
Okay,
bleed.
but is it in caps lock or is it in lowercase?
Exactly.
This is the character bleed. I'm
Guys,
like,
we
I'm
need to
fucked.
get it
All
together.
right, next,
It's been
sorry.
Yeah,
40
yeah.
minutes and we've answered two.
DH Mets 31 asks, mainly Theo, but open to everyone. What went through your mind when Rowan was told he was kept in the dark about the truth behind his tragic betrayal event? Did opinions of anyone change? Did you feel sorrow, anger? For me specifically, because number one, Pan. I think there was a moment in the episode where you go like, "Oh, my Lord Pan," you know, you will address him as Lord Pan. But to Theo, that's his brother. He's just like, okay, all right,
What's up,
Lord
broski?
Pan. Yeah,
Broski.
literal like parallel line
Fist
brother.
bump.
Even though, and so him lying, a child of Hermes lying. Well, the sun is shining again. You know,
He's the
Mm,
like
Catholic.
typical. So I don't think he's particularly mad. Anything that kept Rowan alive and living, Theo is not going to be inherently angry about. Like, what about you guys?
I so Ash, I as a player am silently taking note of every time a god does something that could be considered shitty. That is
That's gonna be a
definitely
long
one of them.
list.
And like, you're only telling me now after you let me live my life this whole time, the whole
The
time.
whole time?
Pan literally could have told Rowan at any time. Oh, by the way, they saved you, and you should be mad at Zeus, not at Theo, right? And could have like got rid of that resentment because
Yeah, but then
Rowan's been living in resentment this whole fucking time.
Rowan would have wanted to go see them, and then he would have died.
Right, but
Yeah.
I
Well,
know,
here.
but also still, yeah, but also as well, I feel like that would be a situation of Rowan being like, yeah, but that's not your decision to make.
Mm.
That's my decision to make, and that decision was
Just pulls out
kept.
the Odyssey.
These
Yeah,
are at
that
least 3 books of the gods acting shitty. Would you like to
yeah,
know their names? The
yeah,
Iliad,
yeah,
the
yeah, yeah,
Odyssey,
yeah.
and the Aeneid.
So yeah, so to all of that to say that Ash is silently taking note of every time a god does something shitty to them or to their friends and just everything, and is just silently taking note of it because Ash is the one who's trying to be as optimistic as possible and have the most like faith in everything as possible. So is keeping very silent about that. But I, the player, am taking note of it because like it's gonna get to a point where I'm gonna be like, can't be an optimist anymore. Like, and I'm waiting for that. If that comes up,
Kiki, what do you think?
yeah.
So, first of all, Mila doesn't really have an opinion on the matter because at heart she is a god sympathizer, no matter how badly she wants to punch someone in the face. Um, but kind of going off of what B said,
Mm-hmm.
the keeping it from Rowan for so long, I'm kind of in the field of that was to protect them. Because have you ever imagine if you had a child of the big three, one of the most powerful demigods in all of the world, Zeus's child, mind you, the man who is
Mm-hmm.
known to have anger issues, and you let them live with rage against the gods. You let them fester their rage against the gods from an early age. That's not a good thing.
Not a good
No.
thing.
Yeah,
It's
I
very
guess.
That's
much.
I
kind of world
guess.
ending.
It's like Pan is a parent, and he treated Theo like Santa Claus in the way that you use an imaginary figure to threaten your children into submission. It was very that. I'm kidding. It was
Damn.
like
Again,
more
welcome
of
to gods
the
being shitty.
giving
Santa
Cool.
Claus, a new god coming to
giving
your
Rowan
pantheon.
an excuse and B a target that wouldn't hurt Rowan, because very much Pan understands like the human psyche, and also like it is like I was very much trying to portray the whole like father like son aspect of
I
how
guess.
Zeus was hidden by the nymphs from his own father who sought to kill him, and the same thing occurred, and it was literally just raising him to a point that he can face his father and defend himself, and that's what Pan was waiting for. And then when you guys
Yeah, I
arrived,
guess.
he saw that as
The moment.
the moment and was like,
Mm.
okay, whatever.
I think
he knows that fate will occur and he knows that it's going to happen. He was just wanting Rowan to be prepared for it and for it to be his choice, as he wanted him to be in control of his own fate as much as possible, which is all that you can really ask for. Is to be
fair,
conscious
I guess,
during your own fate.
I think for Rowan, Pan saying, "No, yeah, I was lying to you your whole life," was the nail in the coffin of, okay, I can, was for me as a role player, the thing of like, okay, now I can trust that they're telling the truth. Because for Rowan, Theo, a child of the god of liars, I'm not trusting a word that comes out of that mouth. Everyone
So is
else,
Pan.
Meanwhile, Pan, also Hermes' kid.
yeah,
Exactly.
but
But that's a
hear
god.
me out, hear me out.
The gods wouldn't lie, would they?
Everyone around
Right?
Theo, I was like, they're his friends, so maybe they'll be a little bit more sincere. But at the end of the day, their loyalties lie with Theo, not some kid that they just met. Using all their powers to back everything up, I was like, okay, this is pushing me. Then Pan. Pan is a god, but he's also an animal at heart. And
He is a goat.
yeah,
He is
animals.
the goat,
He is
actually.
the goat.
Gods lie all the time, animals don't. So a animalistic god kind of splits the difference, where it's like when they tell you something, you take it at face value. Um, so when Pan just says, "No, I've been lying to you your whole life," and they don't say it with any malice, it's just matter of fact. I'm like, that's just right. So then it's like,
That's an
well,
interesting way to look at it, yeah.
now I just kind of have to live with this. I was like, well, I can't be mad at Pan. I can't be mad at Theo. I'm
Most
just mad.
likely, Pan
That's
lying
fair.
to you and keeping you in the dark was very much against his own nature and instinct. So he was sacrificing a little bit of himself in order to keep you safe, in a way.
Whoa.
Oh, that's an interesting
All right.
perspective.
I'm gonna move right along.
Yeah.
Before we spiral a little bit further. Maddie, this one's for you. Without
Oh.
spoiling, has the story thus far followed any expectations or guidelines you set, or has something altered the course? If so, what events changed your trajectory of this campaign?
Oh.
It has followed a little bit of a really general skeleton that I had play tested like a year and a half ago. Because, especially with long running campaigns, I just get really nervous and I like having at least something I know I can lean back on. And I know that it's worked and I know what didn't work. But even then, the skeleton was something I was like willing to abandon at any point. But strangely enough, everything's just like sort of accidentally ended up perfectly in this like line, and I've been like, well, fate. I think more probably the things that have affected it the most would be probably when you guys gave me your characters and your backstories and figuring out how I could make them fit and whether they would fit in this kind of skeleton idea I had for at least the like antagonist plot, because it was like having an antagonist plot running at the same time. That was basically my only structure, which I think is the best kind of structure to have, of like, this is what everyone's doing in the background, whatever they do or how it affects them will change, but this is what the bad guys are doing. Cool. Because it's enough structure that you feel safe, but at the same time it's like, you know, it's kind of the like the world's moving around you, how are you going to react to it energy. That definitely changed a lot for me, but
I thought you were going to say the volcano.
definitely you guys deciding to go to Etna was a big thing. I think.
Didn't have to go to Italy, guys.
Yeah. Probably that, honestly. You guys being like, yeah, let's go to Etna. I was like, shit, all right. And then we did that, and it was more so like, that's what I wanted. I wanted you guys, like, for me, that was like, oh, I'm happy because they're challenging me in a way, and I like that. Because then I had to think, okay, cool, this is like off a course that I had, like, I don't know, expected, but at the same time, when I say what I expected, it doesn't mean that I don't enjoy it going off that track. It's exciting, but it just meant that I had to figure out how to introduce the same plot points and get to the same goals in a different way, and it just challenged me as a DM, which I really enjoyed. So yeah, that.
Oh.
Sorry for biting on that so hard.
No, it's okay. Like,
So fair.
we all handled
It was not just you. It was like the
No,
entire party was like,
yeah.
no, let's go to Mount Etna. And I was like,
I'm the
why?
one who brought it up because I thought about it
that
and I was
made-
like, where should we go?
That
And
was
I brought that up.
100% a worthwhile expedition. You learned a lot. And
We did.
We met
it made a
Dionysus, that
lot
was
of
fun.
sense. I definitely think, and the whole thing where you guys were like, we're rebuilding the boat, I was like, I'm gonna let this fly for like a session, and then I'm gonna be like, no. That boat is dead.
Yeah.
Dang. Anyways, speaking of dead things, this next question is for Reed and Monique, but they're not here. I believe they ran out of coins for the Iris message, so I guess I'm going to skip it. Party social check. What is your character's current rapport with other party members? Anyone being good? Anyone you're keeping your eye on? Anyone on the shit list? Starting with you, B.
Ooh. Starting with me?
Yeah, I'm just
Oh
calling
my
you.
god. Okay, well, obviously, top of my shit list is Mila, that motherfucker. I don't fuck. No, chill.
I'll cry. I'll cry right now. Going over here with the scope.
No,
Rangers got Rangers.
current rapport with everyone. So for Mila, it is that thing that like, it is very much that kind of like keeping an eye on your sibling kind of thing. Because like, whilst they are technically not siblings, I mean, they that is their relationship. They are very much, you know, siblings, and that is kind of, it's just like Mila's dealing with a lot right now, and so I'm trying to be that supportive sibling to them, and it's kind of just like there's worry there, but like it's mostly just, you know, there's
Hey, buddy.
sibling love and just looking out for them. So that's the current report there. Um, with uh with Theo, it is very much right now because it has changed a lot very recently. Um, uh, Definitely since the beginning of the campaign has changed a lot. But right now it's a lot of um sympathy. I think is they're feeling a lot of like sympathy towards Theo, because Theo has had to deal with a lot and has had like, Ash can't even like imagine what it must be like to carry that weight by themselves for so long and having to deal with all these rumors and not be able to correct it and kind of just have to accept, yeah, I am the bad guy. I am the monster, you know? Not to reference the epic musical again, but like, you know, like it just become that thing, and finally just having that come out and just seeing that how that affected um how that affected Theo, and kind of like having to finally getting to kind of take the mask off and be like, yeah, this is what I'm actually like. I'm not actually a killer. I'm not actually like scary. You know, I'm just me. I'm just a little guy.
Just a little
So I
guy.
think Ash is definitely rebuilding a lot of their kind of focus on how they feel about Theo at the moment. It's generally pretty positive, and it is, there's the sympathy there, and then there's a lot of positivity because Theo is very strong for being able to carry that for so long. Um, Jezebel is still, every single day Ash tries to figure out Jezebel, and it's so many feelings and emotions because obviously they care about them as a friend, but also motherfucker's so crazy. I gotta keep an eye on them so they don't just accidentally, you know. I mean, it's, you know, it's coffee mixed with
Don't
Red
die.
Bull one day, a nuclear bomb the next. Like you gotta watch that timeline because that timeline could be anything for Jezebel. You know, like I mean, it is literally that thing of, hey, you ever feel about going ape shit? Like
Yeah,
that
I
is
just
what
want
it
to go
is.
ape
So
shit.
Ash is definitely just keeping an eye on Jezebel, and definitely just like is definitely doesn't have any negative feelings towards Jezebel, but it's definitely just like a just keeping an eye and being like, I hope they're okay. Also, there was a lot. They are definitely hiding things with humor, so let's just keep an eye on that. So like slightly worried for many reasons. Um, and then Monique, Monique, Ash has definitely had a little bit of a fluctuating kind of relationship with, just because of everything that's happened and the fact that they are a little bit, because of the situation, they are a little bit at odds, especially with just of it. I mean, you know, the elephant in the room. You know, my sibling killed your dad. Bit awkward, huh? Mm,
Mm.
you know, and like, and kind of just there has been a lot of back and forth conversation about that. Some of it, like to begin with, was very constructive and very good, and then some of it was had in a cable car when we were very tired and things did not come out well. So it's kind of, Ash is a little unsure of where they stand with Monique currently. Um, but generally doesn't, again, doesn't have any, I don't, Ash doesn't have any negative feelings towards anyone in the party like at all right now. It's just kind of a little bit wary of how they stand. It's less worrying. It's less thinking about um how they feel about people, and more worrying about how they appear to everyone else. I think is a little more of their worry right now. Is more kind of worrying about how everyone else perceives them.
Alright.
Um,
Interesting. Interesting.
yeah.
Mo has
Um,
entered the chat.
So,
you guys
baby.
have any particular points or highlights?
Oh, I mean, Kiki can go. Yeah.
Mila's cool with everyone in the party, and I am including Theo in that statement. She does have a little bit of tension between him right now, but she would catch an arrow for him if needed, you know?
Hmm.
What kind of tension, Kiki? What kind?
I'm not gonna
Yeah,
answer
can
that
we talk
question.
about that?
Talk to me and find out, bitch.
Yeah, can
I'm
we talk about that?
trying.
The amount of times during that episode, I was like, "What's going on here? What's?"
So other people can see it. It's so funny.
Yeah, I have glasses. I'm not blind. Of course, I can see it.
True.
Half of the people
Hey
in this chat have
Justin,
glasses.
do you remember in session 8 where you said that that Aphrodite looked like Mila? I think that might have tipped some people off.
Yeah,
What?
maybe.
Wait,
What? Interesting.
When did I say that? I
Crazy.
don't remember that in the chat.
Interesting.
My brother,
Crazy.
you've got to do better.
That's
Anyways,
crazy. Anyway,
You didn't see this kid for almost a decade. Upon seeing you immediately, he was like, "There's a vibe here."
Something's going on.
He's like, with him and Jezebel being like, yeah, they have a vibe going between them. It's so funny to me.
I was like,
I
"Understood."
just needed Rowan just out of nowhere, like after Rowan and Mila had that conversation, just like as things ever just like came to a close and everything was chill. Just wait for it. Just Rowan just chip in and be like, so like you and Theo, like how long's that been going on?
Anyway, I have to get on a boat now.
I really
bye.
wanted to, but I was like, "Man,
would've
it needs
been
this
so
episode
funny.
to be over."
That would have been so funny. Because
Listen.
Mila, like, I know Kiki, you said that Mila's like so oblivious, so Mila just been like, huh?
What?
What?
I mean, I'm kind of mad at him, but
I think
Interesting.
Rowan was like, "This is not the time, and I do not know these people well enough to
Not
just
while they're
ask
going into
about
the
their
underworld."
relationships."
Here's the thing. Mila, the character, is oblivious, but Justin, the person, has to like needs hints after hints after hints, needs clear direction for me to get things. Apparently,
So
but I guess my rapport with other party members, Ash, you know, I didn't trust Ash at first, but I think the Kaya issue is squashed after Ash moved an arrow. for her. You know, I feel like that's pretty clear that Ash is now a good person or not Kaya.
they have been good person all the time. What are you talking about?
For now.
That is my bestie.
Yeah, but also Ash or Theo doesn't know what Ash did about talking to Hermes. So
Listen,
That's
listen.
so
doesn't
true, and I don't
know.
know if that's
I
ever
don't
gonna
think
come
any
up.
of us are
'cause
ever
I
gonna
don't
tell
think.
anyone.
Yeah, no, Ash is definitely in that boat of like that was a thing. Like very much at the time, it was a that's a thing that happened, and I see the benefit of it. I don't feel the need to speak up and say, yeah, that was me. I'm just gonna let this happen.
The funny thing
let
is, I
this
feel
be.
like if one of us admits to it, then the other two are gonna be like, "Okay, well that's fine because I talked to your mom." Wait,
Wait
you
a
talked
minute,
to
you
my
don't-
mom.
yeah.
I talked to their mom.
Honestly, though, that would be so funny, and that would probably be the one way I'd want to do it, because I think that was Ash's other thing, was just like, oh, this is such a nice moment. I could ruin it by saying that your dad talked to me, because then you would go, oh, so he'll talk to you and fix your sword because you asked, but when I talk to him, he ignores me. So that would have turned into a negative thing. So Ash was kind of like, I'm just gonna let this be. I'm just
It
gonna
is a
let
pain
I'm just gonna let you
point.
believe that you did a nice thing for you, and just leave it
It's
at
the
that.
messenger god of it all. You can't return my calls anyway.
Bro is leaving you on red,
I
truly.
know it's the most offensive thing you could do. I mean, anyway, Monique. Monique is way more chill nowadays, you know, which is very interesting to Theo, you know, because he is now weight lifted, or he's going to be more weight lifted. I guess Kiki got deleted.
Oh no.
Sorry,
Kiki's
I've
internet's
actually
been spotty this whole time. I've
replaced
seen.
Kiki as Mila. Mila is now my character.
No. What was I saying?
And I'm scrapping her whole backstory.
Oh my god.
Your rapport with others.
There was that good episode where they had that like little standoff, which I think says a lot about them. Is that you ever watch that D&D show, Crit Roll? I don't know if you heard of it.
Yeah, a couple
It's
of
a
times.
I don't know. It's like they have a very like oil and water relationship, Monique and Theo. Like the same way Percy and
Facts.
what's her name? No, Percy and what's her name?
Vex?
Redhead.
Keyleth?
are so
Ah.
different that they never like come in contact with each other. They're never gonna like come to blows. They're so different on the spectrum that I think is really fun.
Autistic.
Jezebel,
Sorry.
Theo and Jezebel, like if Theo views it like, oh, I've met my equal. Like you motherfucker, you can trick me back. That's just not fair. So it's gonna be a game of one ups, like
Mm-hmm.
each and every time, you know. As far as Rowan goes, I want Rowan to be a Tommy Oliver. I want a Tommy Oliver in this group. I really want one, and I hope Rowan becomes that one day. But that remains to be seen.
I will have a lot of fun uh, in my little D&D downtime, just imagining the adventures that Rowan could go on if he ever made it to camp.
Mm.
I would
And I'm
I
happy
would
for it.
hope that Theo would at least attempt to help Rowan in that endeavor if Rowan lives. Look, according to Maddie, who
Bro,
knows? Who knows? But I
Maddie,
hope for
get me
him.
back just for the death scene.
No, don't do
Oh my
that.
god. Yeah, you know what?
Devastating.
Honestly, I was gonna say this earlier. Just at some point, just at the end of this campaign, just literally just everything is just chill. And then you just take Rowan and Kaya, just drop them in front of the group of us, just fucking kill them both, and Maddie just goes, "What now? What now?
Bitch.
What now,
End
guys?
of
React.
campaign.
Go on. See what
Actually,
happens."
the
Mic
finale is
drop.
actually going to be every single guest, and we're all just going to battle royale you.
Oh my god!
That
be
that would be
iconic.
kind of epic. Because I don't think we've been in a hard fight yet.
I
don't
think I
we've
took like
had our
3 points
limits
of
tested.
damage that entire
No.
session,
Mm.
and then I
It's
got fucking
because
murked by a shadow demon or something.
I've told these guys that like this first half of the campaign has been very like roleplay intrigue heavy, and the second half will be very combat heavy. So I've been warming you up. But
Hell
you
yeah.
guys haven't seen how I like properly do combat.
Kill me.
I have been
Do it.
warming you up because I am very ruthless. Mainly because
Fuck yeah.
I give you
Do it.
guys so many ups that so I can be a bitch. I give you nice,
fair.
good inspiration so
Yeah.
I could be a bitch to you.
I'm saving that shit. I keep being like, I have so many of these, and I don't
Oh.
really use them, but I feel like I'm gonna have to use them all at once at
Oh
some
yeah,
point.
you will.
See, Maddie, that's where we differ because me as a DM, I just finished recording, and well, I just recorded a big battle episode for an AP thing that I'm pre-recording, and every 2 seconds I'd be like, "Aw, you cuties, yeah, you can have that save." Like, yeah, that hits. Every 2 seconds I'll just be like hand waving away combat mechanics because I'm like, I just want people to have fun. But then I tell them, I I don't handhold my players, but I tell them, look, I'll keep you. I'm not. I don't really fuck. I don't really mess with character deaths until the finale. Once we
That
reach that
everybody
final
does.
battle, bitch, pray.
Yeah.
Mm.
Damn.
I think it's different that like yeah, you guys will see. Just get keen for next
I
session.
feel like it's definitely gonna be one of those things where the healers are gonna have to
Hello.
keep an eye on their healing spells because it's gonna be that thing as soon as they're like, oh, you've taken some damage, have some healing, and then all the enemies are gonna go, you do healing, you
No.
die first.
Hey, just make sure that you have someone on this. This is for Maddie. Make sure someone can counterspell healing spells because I have none of that.
That's mean. That's
Oh,
so
that's fucked up.
devastating.
I thought
Brutal.
Manny's told us counterspell doesn't exist in this game, right?
I said that
That
you
counts
guys
for
don't
that counts for
need
enemies
it.
too.
Apollo,
I only did that
you
once.
think I need to counterspell their healing spells? You're so funny. You think
Oh
I
no,
need
look, I believe in you.
Oh, you can't heal someone who takes damage equal to double
Paige
their
has
HP
seen-
maximum.
Paige has seen the stat blocks that I have. I'm very like because
Can I please see
need
your
you to
stat blocks? I'll
understand
pay you so
that
much money.
How I'm DM'd, like B got a taste of it, of how I'm DM'd.
Hmm.
So I'm a diet version of that, but like I remember I was talking to them, I was like, they act like I'm so mean to them. One of them's gone slightly down once, and then all of my friends are like, they're spoiled brats, and I was like, yeah, they are.
Yeah. For this
No,
fight,
truly.
for the fight that I just did, my players were making big jokes about how, oh, he doesn't have legendary resistances, haha. I was like, yeah, he's not a legendary guy. He will rock your And then the guy who kept making fun of me for not giving him legendary resistances, I like downed 3 times. Like downed him
Yep.
once around. So I was like, don't talk like that.
You don't
to
need
you.
legendary resistances to be scary,
I
truly.
Oh
don't, I
god,
don't
no.
need anything. I'm gonna put legendary resistances on fucking ants now, just to piss you off.
I'll start doing that. So, the DM who I play with does inspiration the same as me. I stole it from him. And he does 2 things when you know he's gonna fuck you, which is 1, he starts giving away inspiration like it's hotcakes, and you go,
Am I in danger?
What's this about?
It's like when the game auto saves. You're like,
Ooh.
why are you auto
When a
saving?
game starts giving you a bunch of healing items, you're
and
like,
when,
oh,
and when he
why
starts,
am I gonna need these?
When he starts leveling you up way faster. Anyways,
Anyway,
who would
speaking
ever
of
do
healing, speaking of healing,
What's the next question?
next question is, I don't know if Kiki's still here or not, but
Kiki.
if the quest were to require it, could you sacrifice any of your party members, including yourself, at a moment's notice? Theo would only sacrifice himself. He would not sacrifice anybody else. What about you guys?
Sorry, what was the question again?
If the quest were required, could you sacrifice any of your party members, including yourself, at a moment's notice?
Ash would sacrifice themselves, and if it required someone else to do it, Ash would do everything within their power, which they can control fate, to change it so that them doing it would be enough instead. So, yeah, 100%. 100%.
Would Rowan sacrifice himself for anybody in the party right now?
Rowan? God, I think, well and truly, I think if somebody tried to kill Theo, Rowan would get in the way of it.
Hey yo.
Whoa.
Because
they haven't-
Rowan said
haven't-
only me.
One, it's the only I get to kill you mentality.
Yeah.
But I think that is overcompensating for the. At some point, I really wanted to look at you as a brother, and that kernel has just
Aw.
been. The little door has just been let open to that, and it will grow and grow over time. Because, Rowan said, I want to forgive everyone, I want to move to a place that's better. In a split-second thing, I think Rowan would sacrifice themselves for Mila, definitely, Theo,
Aw.
likely, and the others, honestly, a coin flip. Because
Fair.
I think Rowan would be like, hey, let me at least save the people who have what I've wanted, and I can die knowing that they will keep being happy. Or that they'll keep having the chance to do it. Yeah.
That's so sad.
Kiki, what do you think? What would Mila sacrifice themselves or somebody else?
What? First of all, can you guys hear me? Okay, I just want to
Yeah.
be
Of
sure.
course.
Yes.
You're a
Okay,
ghost,
cool.
though.
I am a ghost because if I turn on the camera, I don't think it's gonna work anymore.
Oh no.
So Mila has been willing to sacrifice herself since this quest started. Like
Mhm.
she's been
Yeah.
perfectly at peace with that. She sacrifices her chance of good luck every day anyway. uh, I I don't think she'd be able to sacrifice anybody else. It's kind of one of those cases of like I'd rather it be me consistently. Like I'll take the bullet.
Mhm.
And I think she
You
would do that
Percy
for
Jackson
most people.
ass motherfuckers.
I love my friends.
Sorry that we're a
Um,
team
Yeah,
finally.
have you
Jeez,
guys all
Maddie.
decided on your like what is it? The weakness that
Fatal
all
flaw.
demigods have? Fatal flaw.
Fatal flaw.
Mhm. I have mine written down on her character
what-
sheet. Mila's is blind faith.
Oh, I
Real.
don't know how to put it. Maybe I don't know. He, I think, what's a fatal? Something.
Can I say what I think it is?
Sure.
Yeah, go ahead. Now I'm curious.
I think it is not how it it's like I see it as being one of two, either recklessness, because I definitely think a lot of the issues that Theo's ever faced has been due to recklessness and just not thinking through actions. And I think Theo, maybe not with like necessarily negative intentions, but is 100% a demigod who is affected by hubris, is affected by pride. I do think that I do think that Theo is a very prideful creature, and I believe that.
Interesting. Well, I see Theo as constantly having to like cut off pieces of himself to get through, you know?
Mm.
Mm.
Whether or like be willing to morph himself into whatever needs so he could live. And it's part of like just being black. I wanted to make Theo also as black as possible. You know, of like when you're a black man and you are in situations where everyone already thinks you're dangerous, you have to morph yourself in an image that is more palpable or more like approachable, you know? And so I think I don't know if there's a word for his fatal fall, maybe he sacrificed or like I don't know, he's changed it so much over the years. Theo doesn't know true blue Theo
Mm.
anymore. You know what I mean? In a
I'm
weird
gonna need you to
way.
stop being so real. I'm gonna need you to
Stop
stop
making me
being so
sad.
real.
Well, now there's another black person on this podcast to talk about it with. You know?
No, you're so real, and it's.
It's
There's definitely a
true.
word for it. I think it could also maybe fall under like a very complicated version of like adding on to that recklessness of like just letting things go like without so much like a care for your own like self and safety.
Right.
Like sometimes like it all comes from that place of just like, also I think, correct me if I'm wrong, what isn't like, how good is Theo's wisdom? Is it, I think his wisdom's
Razzie.
fairly,
Good question. Probably not that
I
good.
don't think it's that good. Because one thing that I really enjoyed, sorry to like delve back into Critical Role, just hear me out for a second, is
Low
I
whiz.
remember with Ford Stone, his whole thing was that he was like insanely high charisma and such bad wisdom. And the way they characterized that was that he was very charismatic, but he was intensely reckless, and that's how they like characterized his very low wisdom. And that's kind of what I see for uh, uh, Theo, is that kind of like all of the like self-sacrificing and also like not picking up on things and just rushing into stuff and like making people upset or angry at like random, all just kind of comes back to that idea of just like the fast moving. It's all Hermes. It's all just like rushing into things and being like, ah, oh no.
Oh no!
Yeah.
Theo's wisdom is
I
14.
think if you did like recklessness as the umbrella, I think everything would fall under that in a way.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I
What
think
was the
Rowan's
question?
is
I forgot
rage.
what the question was.
The question was the would you sacrifice yourself, I
Oh
think.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
Alright.
all went through
And then
that.
we were
Next one.
asking fatal flaws.
Alright.
I don't know what Ash's would be, but I feel well, I kind of do. I feel like Ash's is kind of similar to Mila's with like the blind faith, but it's more just the wanting to see the good in people even when they're mostly like too far gone, if that makes sense. Like it takes a lot for
The
Ash
need,
to turn their
the
back
need
on
to
someone.
forgive and the need
The
to
need
see
to
redemption.
the need to yeah.
Liter-
Yeah, I
like,
don't know what the word is for it, but yeah.
it's literally the core of like an Oath of Redemption paladin. Like the whole
Pretty
like,
much, yeah.
you have to see the good and you have
I
to
could
see a
have,
second chance.
I
for
really
absolutely
could have
everything.
done Ash as a redemption paladin, truly, and then we could have had the two paladins. But I felt like cleric made more sense, especially with the abilities I've got from it. Cleric made more sense.
Yeah.
Who's the other paladin?
Kai is a paladin.
Kaya's a
Oh,
paladin.
that's
Kaya's a
right.
vengeance paladin.
It just makes sense.
Makes sense. Makes sense. Kiki,
Anyways,
what's the
next
question?
question.
Alright, so the next question, and then I think we might have to skip around
Yeah, we'll go for like another 15 minutes, I
some of
think.
these just to do kind of a speed run. The next question is, if your character entered the Olympics, what sport would they compete in and why? You can either choose for yourself or let the party choose for you.
100-meter dash.
Yeah. I feel like it could be 100-meter dash or like one of the marathon ones.
Oh, that would be
Or
easy
like
for you.
triathlon.
Ooh, I do be biking. You know, I do.
Because it's like less the idea of moving really quickly and more the idea of like endurance and travel.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
He doesn't need
It
to
could be
breathe.
either. It could be
I'm
all
great.
of them.
He's actually really good at rock climbing.
Huh. Okay.
Um,
What would Mila's Olympic sport be?
I think Mila would be vaulting. I don't really know why. I have
Or
it in my brain.
archery?
I'm like vaulting. I don't think she's that good of an archer.
What?
She
What?
is. No,
Really?
but
Like
also
she's
I
decent
think
enough, but she also uses a lot of cheat codes.
yeah, no, but it's also
Well,
like
yeah.
archery and darts and that kind of thing is also like it is majority skill, but is a little bit luck.
Yeah.
Interesting.
For Ash, I don't know. Do you guys have ideas?
I don't know if Ash would go to the Olympics.
Probably like ping
so
pong.
No,
or some
not that
shit.
Ash
That's
isn't
so fucked
good.
up.
It
It's
would
just
be
I
ping
feel like
pong.
Ash would also like I'm thinking about that moment with you. He's like, I don't need the glory. I don't need an Olympic gold medal. You know what I mean? Like I
That's
know
so
I'm
fair.
good and just be quietly super good at a skill that like nobody knows.
Ash,
It would
Ash
have to be a
strikes
sport
me.
that needs high wisdom. So where you need to like wait for the perfect moment or
Is
track.
You know what?
checkers.
You know what it is?
patterns.
You know what it is? Table tennis.
That's what I said.
tennis.
Ping pong. I
Real.
was right.
Ping
Yep.
pong,
Let's go.
What about rowing?
archery or javelin.
Not rowing? Sorry, that was
Alright.
unnecessary.
No, it would be some. Okay, if we're thinking like Rowan as
Going to
like
bed.
if he lived his happiest life, it would probably be something in the sky, surely, like pole vaulting or some shit.
That makes sense.
Honestly, I mean, with the fucking anime ass final move on that harpy, yeah, kinda.
Pole vaulting is such a vibe for
Maybe.
rangers. I can't explain it. It just is.
No, pole vaulting is
It's the
monk
acrobatics.
core, but like,
It's the acrobatics skill for me. That's all.
yeah, that's fair.
Mm.
Next question.
All right. Go ahead.
Oh wait, is it your turn or my turn?
Get it. Justin.
Similarly to how BG3 camp tents reflect a character's personality, how would your character set up their tent, assuming it would remain there for a prolonged period? Think fabric colors, trinkets, trophies, rugged or comfortable, noisemakers, displays, private or open setup. There has to be a hammock because I've now said canonically Theo doesn't like sleeping on the ground. He has to be like slightly not touching the ground.
Elevated.
But probably something deceptively loud. But like if you like walk into the tent, it's like very mellow and peaceful. But
I think
what about you
Rowan's
guys?
is very bare bones. I think Rowan is like when you're the person who is scouting ahead for a group, you need to be the person who is the quickest to pack up and leave. So I think Rowan is very bare bones, but has like one horn from like the first magical creature monster that he bested as a little
It's
trophy.
okay. You can say
Rowan's
Minotaur. It's
tab.
not copyrighted.
You can, yeah.
No, I don't want to be that guy.
Rowan's just
No, he's
tab.
really
stealing
scary.
Percy Jackson.
Rowan
Fight the
be
Minotaur.
sleeping on the ground every night.
Yeah.
Mm. Oh. Ash's would definitely be open more, for sure. Maybe like a purple color.
Purple.
I feel
Yeah.
like no, Ash's vibe is, but I feel like Ash would have a very like Gale core one. Little bit
Maybe.
of Shadowheart. Gale X Shadowheart.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, we're matching it to the BG3
Oh,
character.
I'm also just
No,
like as
no,
a
make it
easy way
yeah.
to...
It would
matching to
definitely be a
BG3
mix of
Minthara.
those.
You don't necessarily.
And then there would just be a little speaker in the corner playing Spice Girls.
Period.
That'd be it. Just very quietly. Not like
music.
wouldn't be one of those obnoxious speakers where it's like the whole camp can hear, Spice Girls playing. Like it would just be like if you came over, you would very quietly hear just like playing very quietly, just in the tent, kind of thing.
Interesting. What would Mila's tent be like?
Mila would have a relatively empty tent, I would say. Honestly, she wouldn't do a tent unless it was necessary. So like,
Oh, you
she
can
has a
use
tent. She
mine.
has a
I'm
tent.
sorry.
No, no, no.
That's fine.
That's wow. Okay, okay, sir, sir. Wait for Thursday. God damn. But anyway, canonically they have shared that hammock before. Anyway, um, Mila would be
There's
a lot
only
of like
one hammock.
green muted tones, um, and just kind of like things that are very worn out. So like the bedroll is worn out. She doesn't have a bed; it's on the floor. She has a bedroll that's on the floor. There's really no pillow. The only other thing outside of like the basics that you would need is she has in the corner what would be like a little tiny shrine. And it has a bunch of little trinkets and a statue of her mother. And then from the two
There she goes.
Ooh,
hanging
she's
a
gone.
horseshoe that's
Oh,
forced
she's
to
back.
hang upright, but it still flips over.
Cute.
Oh, where did I
That's
where did I
alright.
leave
You're
you?
fine. You're fine. You're back.
Excellent. Okay, cool. Let's go to the next one because I believe we got everyone. Uh, any updated headcanons or and theories, Maddie included?
I think they're all gonna die.
I
Do
second
you
the theory.
actually think that?
I don't think we found the villain yet. I think we're chasing a red herring of some sorts. That's my theory.
I
I
mean,
don't.
chaos
Mm,
is an option, but that's a
ha-
way back
I
option.
don't. I think Zeus is a red herring. That's my guess.
No, Zeus is not the
maybe.
bad guy. I think we're gonna find the bad guy in the underworld.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
That's my theory, because Tartarus does still exist, but also we're on the dream plane, so I don't know. I don't know what we'll
I
find.
yeah. I think I'm kind of with you guys on that. I think we haven't gotten the BBG yet, and BBG is going to show up and is going to absolutely fuck us up and just be like, "Cool, I'm
We're gonna
out.
need
Let me know
4
when
more
you want
books to
round
handle
2.
this.
Bye." And we're gonna be like, "Fuck! Oh my god, we thought we're not ready.
I
This is
can't
so much
wait
bigger than we thought it was.
until
We thought not
I
being able to
s-
sleep was bad. This is
I
rough."
I said I said something to Paige, and I
Mm-hmm.
can't wait to like be able to relay it to you guys
Yep.
next after show. Someone remind me.
Mm.
Someone remind me. Okay, that the thing I'm thinking of, I need to say it again. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
But it's a spoiler.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
That's my little headcanon, I think. Also, every session I'm like, man, I made a joke about Ash potentially being a villain at some point. It's
Listen,
Really?
it's so
Ash
close.
would turn into a
I don't
villain?
know.
Really?
It really there are very specific. Put it this way, I from very near the beginning of the campaign, I went there are very specific because Ash is the character that is the one that's in the background, being the positive, wholesome force trying to keep everyone happy. And
Yeah,
like when
you're the
people are
heart.
like mad about stuff, Ash is always the one being like, yeah, but like things are gonna be okay and everything's gonna be great. And I'm like, she's gonna be so good when Ash finally goes, actually no, everything is fucked and that's it. Like everyone's gonna have that moment of like, oh shit, a positive person is no longer positive. That's
The
really
sunshine
bad.
character is seeing an
Yeah,
eclipse. Wait a minute.
exactly. Yeah, when the sunshine character, it steps in the shadows, it's scary.
Yeah.
So, but like that would only happen in very specific scenarios. So I don't know. I don't know.
Interesting.
There are very specific scenarios, but like just little things that are happening again. God's not being good to people and bad things happening and just everything. Like it's not helping. It is not helping. It is
Right.
giving. It's giving Ash plenty of reason. There are only very specific ways in which they would act upon it. Like they're like I said, like I'm slowly building a list of not
Mhm.
so good things that the gods are doing that Ash would cite if a very specific set of variables came to play. Like put it this way, if Ash does go villain, Ash will have a
they're
reason.
putting together the PowerPoint presentation.
Exactly. The PowerPoint
Anyways,
presentation is being put together. It's whether it will get scrapped because
yeah,
things turn out to be fine, uh,
yeah.
or not. But
Theo
like,
and
yeah,
Milo
as is sunshine until not,
until further notice.
if it happens. Who knows?
I
Theo and
have
Milo.
nothing.
I want to know what Apollo's theories are
Mm.
because I'm worried. Rowan might have different information, or Apollo has a
I
different
don't think
perspective
Apollo
because
knows
he's not.
Wiggle
much
it
more
out.
than you guys do.
No, I really don't. I wanted to. And I asked you, oh my God, what took me? And you said something. And I said, okay, I'm not getting info. I'll watch. Um,
Mm.
I think the headcanons are. I don't remember in the backstory one shot, Rowan had like a little stuffed animal or something. I don't remember.
I don't remember
I
if he
don't
did.
I don't
know.
remember if when you found.
I don't think it was mentioned if
I
he
don't.
did.
But
I don't
he
think so. I
can.
don't
But
know.
he can now.
I don't know. Either that or I think that the one headcanon that I do have is that part of the reason the rage was so present was that every time Rowan has a good dream, is that they dream about what could have been. They dream
Mm.
about like a life in camp, and that's why the rage never subsided for so many years.
I need you
Interesting.
guys to play
Okay.
what could have been from the Arcane album
Oh
once
my
again.
god,
Anyway,
no.
I've never seen Arcane.
you
Oh,
should
God,
you
watch
watch
it.
gotta.
it.
It's
Season
really
2 comes
good.
out in
You
November.
gotta. It's
Please
so
watch
good.
it.
Like
It's
lesbians.
really good.
Lesbians.
The animation is
Women.
fantastic. The story's great. But anyway,
My friend does an
moving
incredible cosplay.
Yes,
right
right?
along.
Ah,
Unless anybody
Is it
has
my
anything else
turn?
to say.
Yeah,
As
Yeah,
go
go
for
ahead.
Justin,
it. Go for it.
is it my turn? Okay.
Yes.
Go
As
ahead.
Justin was so fun, any chance we can get more curse impressions of each other? Uh, my British accent was so bad. I feel like I
Go on.
pretended to be
Do
Monique
mine.
specifically.
Do it,
Being like,
Justin.
hello, oui, oui, it is me, Monique. Let me fix for you. Oui, oui, breadstick, macaron. I don't know.
Justin,
It
can
was
you do
pretty
me?
bad.
Can you do
I'm
me?
gonna clip that specifically and send it to
No,
Ree.
don't.
It's the breadstick for me.
How you say? Oui, oui, demigods. Oh, yeah. Uh, see, this is why I couldn't play European.
Hey,
It
Justin.
wasn't in me.
Hey, Justin, can you do me?
Oh gosh. I have to sound like a
I
Bluey
can do
character. Hold
Maddie.
on.
I
I
can do
can do
Maddie.
Maddie. Hold on.
Kiki, let me see.
I don't know. I'm not a scientist.
That's literally what I was gonna say. I don't know. I'm not a scientist.
You don't know. Something like that. It's very like
She's serving cunt today.
very, very.
I love Maddie so much.
You and your accents, man. Y'all are so funny. It is just peachy keen. Next question, I guess. Or unless you guys have good impressions of us.
Oh,
I already
wait,
heard Maddie's southern accent.
I think I got
To
another
be
one. Are
fair,
we
that was
impressioning the
not my
characters
southern
or each
accent.
other?
I don't know what that was, and I don't want to claim it because it was an accurate impression of what I did in the one shot, but I don't know what I did in the one shot. So that was just me being, it was me continuing. But no, my American accents, apart from anything on the East Coast, is fucking awful.
Okay.
No, it's great. I love it. It's fantastic.
We gotta move along. We gotta move along.
Moving right
Go.
along.
We spent our life on the highway. Okay. Tara Lemons wants to know, Maddie, maybe I misunderstood, but if the party doesn't fix the sleep problem within 2 days, are the rest of the humanity just gonna fully die from their exhaustion? Yes.
Yes.
You need to
Yeah,
get to
that's how
7,
exhaustion
but
works.
yeah.
Well,
Wow, that
six
was
is
a-
no 6 levels of exhaustion, and then you
6?
die.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was 7. Well,
7
I
don't
gotta,
exist.
I gotta let one of my players know something real quick.
7's the bonus level.
Oh,
Yeah, no.
what a quick
7 is I
decisive
actually
answer.
fight you.
That's why this is why it's quite a dire circumstance.
Okay.
Apollo, how was it playing a presumably pre-existing character? What was it like creating his character sheet?
Maddie originally approached me with, I have 2 possible characters for you to play. You gave me 2 options,
What was the other
and
one?
I think we
What
said, I don't remember
Abigail's
what the other
playing.
one was.
Damn
Oh,
it.
lovely. Yeah, and then and then Maddie said, Rowan has a lot of potential for angst, and I said, locked in.
Sign me up.
And the character sheet was a lot of fun because I listened to the one shot, I made notes based on the emotional state and and the events and how the perception from Rowan's point of view was, as I interpreted it. And then we spoke about, okay, now what's happened in all this time? Oh, that's where I've been. what role fits for me to have been playing in this sort of little community. That perfect.
Mm.
That I like building characters in that way, where it's like concept first. What was my surroundings? What was my environment? How can my mechanics reflect that?
Interesting.
I
On
think
that
I just
note-
kind of went like, here's what I think maybe wouldn't fit. Do anything else, and then you were like raging.
Yeah,
I was like,
yeah.
love it.
I think you literally told me like stuff like, if you pick monk, I don't know what I'll do. What I'll do.
No, monk was okay. I think it was. I don't think you should play druid because I think druid was like the. If
Yeah,
you're like,
yeah.
oh,
you said druids are very
grow up-
specifically done in this
yeah.
world, and I said, okay,
and
fair enough.
I think it was like because if I said like, oh, you grew up amongst nymphs, it feels like immediately like, oh, I will play a druid, and I was like, nah, druids won't fit.
Don't do that.
Yeah, I think you specifically spoke about how like wild shape is weird in this setting.
That's
So I said,
Cersei shit.
Mhm.
Anyway.
On that note as well, Apollo, who would you cast to play Rowan in a TV show or movie?
Oh,
bitch, me, I'm a
You
He said,
play
"Me,
yourself.
motherfucker."
Okay.
run me my money. No. Oh God. Okay. Okay. Oh, I don't know any like young black actors who's out there.
Canceled.
There's so many.
I don't watch TV. Okay, I watch a lot of Dropout
What do you wait?
and anime.
Young black actors.
Actually, you know what? If this was animated, Zeno Robinson.
I don't know who that is. He sounds cool.
Y'all
I'm
know
really
My
bad with
Hero
names.
Academia, the dub.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Ah.
You know the voice of Hawks?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck yes.
Let's go.
Holy shit, that would be
Let's
so
go.
good.
I think
Ah.
Zeno Robinson would do an incredible like voice.
Fuck
for him.
yes.
I love that.
No,
So
I
you can
want
get a
him
lot
to
of that, like-
voice Theo, but then he can also voice Rowan as
Oh,
well.
that's real. That's real.
No, give more black voice actors more roles. Stop hiring the cyborg guy over and over again.
Fair enough.
Give them to me. Give them to me, please. I'm just a little guy. Oh God.
You can
What's
voice
everyone's
Rowan,
favorite
and that
monster
guy
from
can
Greek
voice Theo.
mythology?
Favorite monster.
A monster in Greek mythology? Oof.
I don't know if this one counts because it's kind of in several Greek or it's not Greek, but there's in several mythologies. I really like the Phoenix. I've been obsessed with them since I was a kid. So
I was thinking of that.
I'm obsessed. Ah, I have so much Phoenix. merch.
Love them.
I'm gonna say Medusa because I'm writing a video essay about her, just like tracking the various depictions of Medusa through times up to like modern interpretations. So I'm just like, I'm like shoulder deep in Medusa references.
Mm-hmm.
Asterion,
Medusa is very cool.
What? Who?
Who?
the Minotaur. It's his birthday.
Oh.
I thought you,
You
said
mean the guy from
Mysteria.
Baldur's Gate?
Yeah, his name is
I'm a-
also Little Star because he was named after the thing he never got to see.
I'm
Oh
so sad
my
about
God.
I'm gonna be so
fucking
real.
Minotaur
Put me
all
in
the
that
time.
labyrinth. One of us is coming out pregnant, and it's not me.
Whoa.
Oh my gosh,
Real.
this took a turn.
Oh my
Um,
God.
It's like 1 a.m. for me. It's getting to that point in my
Yes.
mind.
The brain cells are
Yes.
beeping.
I'm about to be down bad for the Minotaur, and
Yo.
unashamedly
I am
so.
always
I
down
wouldn't
bad for the
blame you.
I've read that
Minotaur.
fanfiction. I've read that
Have
fanfiction.
you seen the depiction of the Minotaur in the role-playing musical game Stray Gods?
Oh no, I haven't played it
No.
yet.
Not
I really
yet.
want to
Please
play
play
it.
it. I feel like you two would love it.
Whoa.
Next time I have enough spare cash to grab it or it goes on sale, I'm gonna do it.
All right, last
The
question.
DLC is releasing.
Ooh, nice.
Last
Alright,
question.
next.
Choose it.
Oh God, last question. There's
The
so many.
last
Yeah, we'll do any
question.
missed ones we can. We'll do it next
Oh,
time. We'll
we
answer
get to
in chat.
level up. Oh shit! Thanks
Okay.
for reminding me, chat. I
Um,
forgot.
Well, then I'm going to do this last one that is involving Rowan, I believe, and then the rest we'll pick up another time. As also, guys, if you guys really have a burning question that you don't want to wait for an answer, but you don't mind it being offline, you could just ask us in our direct chats as well.
Yes. In the Discord, which you should
So-
check out.
Find me
question.
online. Ask me anything.
A question as well is y'all want to brainstorm more ways for them to be able to message Rowan? Question mark. I don't know if that was really a question.
Well, we can't iris message. Phones don't
We don't
exist
know
yet.
that though.
We don't know that.
Yeah,
Rowan
we
didn't
do.
tell me. I was like, yeah, we
So,
can Iris message.
Because
Like,
we tried to do it
yeah.
to the underworld,
I
right?
didn't want to.
well, the underworld is closed off for everyone.
Yeah.
I didn't want to be Mr. Negative. I mean, like, actually, this is a
Also,
very sweet moment, but
yeah,
I can't.
You can't hurt the sunshine character.
we've established that Iris messages need to be consensual both ways. So most likely, if like Rowan received anything and didn't want to send a beacon out of his exact location, he would just like say no. But like also, it doesn't really matter anymore. So
Yeah.
I have an idea.
Oh.
Well, we do have a familiar who's just, looking for a job. What if we employed this familiar to
carry a pigeon.
take some messages,
Just fucking sprinting across the world.
It's a bird. It can fly.
It's one of those Jesus lizards. Instead, it's running on water. It's going. It's
This whole
fucking
time.
gone. Lieutenant is making his way.
It's like,
Lieutenant Charmant. I watched Ella Enchantment.
Lieutenant Charlemagne got it.
But that's what I would do. I don't know about you guys. What do you think?
There was in the early 2000s. There was these silly little things, and it's like they were knockoffs of something I don't even know what they were. But it was like these little devices, and you could type a message, and then it would like kind of just play like the bar of the message, and you could send it to a nearby device. It was like back when Bluetooth was new.
A beeper?
Not really. It wasn't quite a beeper or a pager. I don't know how to describe them, but you'd have like a set of 2 or 3, and then you'd give it to your friends, and you could send within a certain distance. It was like a walkie-talkie via text. And I'm like, maybe if we magically enhance one of these, we can get it over to him. Another
we'll get
option
the
is
Festus kids
eye
on it.
dogs, I guess. I don't know.
Eye dogs?
Alright.
I'm gonna give him a Furby.
I mean, if we survive this quest, I can totally see Theo going back to where they found Rowan and escorting him back to camp, or helping him get back to camp. If we survive this like whole adventure,
I think Rowan just rocks up to Mount Olympus, just goes, "Fuck you, Zeus," and then runs.
no. So I mean,
Runs back to camp.
if you want,
He's like,
go ahead. I won't stop you, kid.
Alright. That's it.
All right, we're gonna go ahead and end this session of Dungeons and Demigods After Show. Apollo, thank you so much for joining us. Go ahead and tell the people where they can find you.
Oh, okay. Go open up any social media. Put in these words: tall, nerd, Apollo. That's my personality and my name. Tall, nerd, Apollo.
Are you tall?
I'm 6'5".
Oh, he is
You're tall.
They're tall. Fuck.
I'm a little guy.
Get
Little
out.
guy is a state of mind.
Kiki, no, it's not
truly.
that. Yeah.
One
The
uppies.
social. I work with kids. I probably could. Anyway, the socials that I mainly inhabit are Instagram, Twitter /X, TikTok. If I ever become consistent again, Twitch, and hopefully in the near future, YouTube. You can find me there. I'm currently working on a cosplay of Apollo from Hades 2. I just updated some stuff today. You can see I have funky little diagrams. Oh, you can't see shit.
Ooh.
Yeah, there we go.
Nice,
Funky
nice,
little
nice.
diagrams from the build. Yeah, find me, talk to me. I'm so tired, and I just kind of vibe.
It is
Sometimes I'm
time.
down bad
So
on
real.
main, and I shame people for doing it as well.
Sometimes it's down bad for the Minotaur of all.
Down
Hey,
bad
yo.
for a Minotaur?
Well, we learn something new every night.
All right. Well, thank you so much for joining us, Apollo. The rest of the cast, I'm sure everyone knows where to find you, but if you'd like to shout out anything, now is your time. Be free. Go forth. Maddie, are we getting a raid set up? Question mark.
Yeah.
All right. Go forth. Introduce do shit. Cast.
You can find me wherever toys are sold: TikTok, Twitter, and on Instagram at Freddy's Roommate.
We'll raid Diana.
Excellent. B.
You can find me on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube at Ben's D&D. You can find me here on Wednesdays playing Ash. On Thursdays, sorry. On Wednesdays, you can find me over on Dice and Autism playing in Hero U. It's a mask game, super fun, great time. Yeah. And then every other Sunday, you can find me on twitch.tv/Chaos Brigade _D&D. where I play a different character over there. Check out Era 313 on Instagram. Fun stuff coming up on there very, very soon. We're very excited about it.
The raid is
That's it.
loading.
All right.
All right.
Hi, I'm Kiki.
Thank
do
you
it.
so
Find
much
me
for having me.
places.
It's been
I
a
put
pleasure.
everyone's links in. Bye.
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 Wow.